Hello, welcome to IMHO.
In my homosexual opinion.
I'm Darby.
And I'm Alexis P. Bevels. The P today stands for polar ice caps. Them shits are melting.
Yeah, we gotta really look out for that because pretty soon we're not gonna be able to vacation in Antarctica anymore.
And we live in the valley, so if they really get melted, we're gonna be
Oceanfront
swimming.
property, baby.
Yeah, we're gonna be the new submarine.
Yeah, thank you so much for starting off on that note. It is something that I've just been in the back of my mind for a while, and I'm glad that we're really talking about it.
I think if there's anything that we can do to help the climate change crisis, I think it's talk about it on our YouTube show.
And let the orcas win.
Yeah.
So we're back for yet another episode of All Stars.
Now, before we start about that, I have something to talk about.
Sure.
There's a little movie that just came out this past weekend that I saw, opening day, and it's called Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Now, you're not an Indiana Jones, right?
Yes, I am.
You are?
I haven't watched any of the new ones.
Okay, but you appreciate the old ones? Which one's your fave?
The one where he rips the heart out.
Temple of Doom.
I love that one.
That's mine. I love that one too. I love that one too. Kate Capshaw.
And look at her now.
So they did those three,
Where
right?
is she now? Is she
She's
the
married
Steven
to Spielberg.
I love that.
Yeah.
Marry the director.
Marry the director and quit everything.
Yeah, truly.
That's...
If we had a director...
Well, I'm kind of the director, but you're already married.
Yeah, unfortunately. Now, I would divorce him, but the ring stays on. I can't... You know?
That went on so easily.
What do you mean? It stayed on easily? I know.
If you remember, they did the three, wildly successful. Harrison Ford, all of it.
Yeah, of course.
Then a couple years ago, they did a new one, and he is a little older. He's got an adult son, Shia LaBeouf. We remember. Yeah. Didn't do great. I think it was because it had to...
It had Shia LaBeouf.
It had to do with aliens. And the other ones had to do with, like, Christ and magic and all that.
And Nazis. Don't forget about the Nazis.
Well, how could we?
I tried
They're still popping up in America everywhere. But listen,
that's not good.
The last one just wasn't great. So I think he and everyone was like, I want to go out better than that one. Mm-hmm. And I love this. He's been very vocal about nobody's playing Indiana Jones but me.
Now, usually,
when I die, Indiana dies.
Now, usually I'd have an issue with that because no one has claim to anything except for me and like what I want. But the person that he said that to, or the person that I heard the quote from, was Chris Pratt.
Which we agree, it shouldn't be
Thank
involved
God.
in any more.
No,
in any more
stop
things.
Ruining stuff.
But Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny came out, and I'm not going to say anything, but I loved it. I was crying at the end because this really is the last ride. Not because of anything that happened in the movie.
Oh.
I'm crying because it really is the last time that we're going to see Indiana Jones don his chapeau and his little whip. And
wait. Is this a bit?
No.
You cried?
I got teary-eyed. It's at the end of an era. I love Indiana Jones.
Okay. That's neat.
I got teared up a little bit.
Okay.
I almost want hormones.
It's the hormones, I was going to say.
But Fleabag favorite, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Mm-hmm. I could watch her do anything. Mm-hmm. I love listening to her voice. I like looking at her face. And she is so good in this film. There's little hintlings of rumors about her carrying on the legacy and being not Indiana Jones, but her character. She plays his goddaughter. One of his friends in, I can't remember if he's in old movies or not, but Toby Jones. He plays like a little sidekick to Indiana.
From The Office?
No. His daughter, which is Indiana's goddaughter, and she kind of grows up and has the same adventurous spirit. Can I tell you this though?
Yeah.
This isn't a spoiler because it's in the preview. Sure. They use CGI to make him younger.
Does it work?
To bring back. It works, but I'm a little creeped out by it. Because it went on for a very long time. And it was him. It looked like him. It sounded like him. Although it did sound like him now. Yeah. So young face him now. It's kind of a gruffy, gravelly. And it just, the facial expressions weren't doing much.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Not that I expect you to have this answer. When you get old, does your tongue get bigger?
I think his does from licking all that pussy.
Well, so my horrible father, if you hear him talk now, he kind of sounds like this, like he's tripping over his own tongue. But I thought that was his cancer. But now I'm seeing like Harrison Ford. I saw a TikTok of Ed Begley Jr.
Ed Begley Jr. Mm-hmm.
I saw him talk about the LA transit system, which I was happy to listen to, but I heard the same. Is it the tongue? Does the tongue, or do the teeth turn in?
I think you just get tired of opening your mouth wide, so you keep it shut.
That is so true. I think maybe that's it. You just get old and you're tired.
I need to get someone to take a look at what's going on in here because I clench and grind so hard every night that if I could get paid for it, I would not be here because I'd be too rich to know you. I have to get my teeth removed. If anybody's a dentist or knows anyone in Turkey, get these shits out because...
I will be honest, the first time we shared a hotel room,
it's not great.
You warned me that you grind your teeth, and I said I could sleep through anything. Turns out, fun fact, I can't sleep through that. It's loud. I worry about you.
It's bad, and I don't know what to do. Mouth guards do not fucking work. They make me want to bite down and grip even harder. It's like, oh, now I subconsciously have something to work through.
Oh, you take it as a challenge.
Yes.
Okay, so you're telling me that the only time that you have any sort of like drive to accomplish something is when you're unconscious. Okay.
Yeah. I do my best work when I'm asleep.
I would agree. No, actually, I don't want to move away from this because I do want to say, we talked about Indiana Jones last night, and I was saying how Phoebe Waller-Bridge. I think there are certain people, Hannah Waddingham is one of them as well, that they're just undeniably magnetic.
Yeah.
And therefore, like, just very attractive. I'm drawn to her. I'm enraptured by her.
Yeah. And I need to rewatch Fleabag at, like, once a quarter.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fantastic show.
It's a fantastic show, and you can get through all of it in one night.
And British.
And hot priest.
It does make you want to start fucking priests again. I've stepped back, but maybe I'll get back into it.
I miss my window. How was your weekend?
Well, it's currently Sunday,
it's currently Sunday.
Weekend.
Also...
Yeah.
Okay, so on
How was your
Tuesday-
weekend? Also,
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
fine. You're just pulling.
I just had to. I
deserve it. I
just had to say that because I was always going to have Tuesday off because where I work, we're taking off for the 4th of July, which I don't celebrate. I do celebrate having a day off work. And then
That's a flag.
my boss came up to me and said, you know, I'm just taking the temperature. Do you want to take off? And I was like, I would appreciate a day. Yes, I would. I would appreciate a 3-day weekend.
Who wouldn't?
And then I get back Saturday and she's not there, but I'm like, so was there ever any decisions made about who's not going to get to work on Monday? And they were like, oh yeah, I think it's you. And I was like, so I have a 3-day weekend. I have never felt, I did hear that. And I appreciate your tummy grumbled.
I know, I forgot to eat today.
Oh yeah, you do that.
I gremlin at night though.
I am on the start. This is day 1 of a 3-day break from work. And I am so excited. I feel like a new person. I got groceries today. I cleaned up my room a little bit. I don't have anything to do tomorrow. I don't have to wear makeup tomorrow.
Well, but you will, because I may see you tomorrow.
I might.
You know that I do have certain standards. I'm so happy for you, and thank you so much for doing this. We had so much on our plate on Friday, we weren't able to do it, and I did feel a little guilty that I was going to take one of your days.
No,
but
I do not mind.
Silly. This is TV.
Yeah.
Fun. It's
fun.
And
we're at a top 4. There's not really much to talk about.
Oh, no, there's not at all. In fact,
Wait,
this is the end of the episode. So, Alexis goes.
Well, it is a roast. It is a roast.
Oh, Carson Kressley.
It's the roast of KC.
Of all the roasts, of all the judges, who is the person you would want to roast the most?
Well, Michelle Visage, because that would be easy.
I feel the same way.
But I feel like they've literally done everyone else. There's no one left to roast besides Carson.
I think the most challenging one, because making fun of gay people is not funny anymore. I still find it very funny. Gay people are so gross.
Okay, you've done a roast, but have you ever done a roast? I know about
I've done a roast, but have I done a roast?
I'm just trying to something to
what
talk about.
Well, have you ever ask actual questions?
Okay.
No. Let me do your Alexis keeping the conversation moving. So Alexis, you have car when the doors and you do chair, right?
That's not what I did.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Let me start.
Yes,
over.
I've done a roast. I've done a couple different roasts. I've never been the guest of honor, but when you are on the dais, yes. What'd I say? You do make fun of each other, so I have been made fun of. I did one at Bar Doctor for Dita, and that was fun, because I was like Shay and Vixen and Lucy, and we all just kind of shit on each other, which is actually we all ended up just shitting on Debbie Fox.
That didn't
It's not great,
feel
but it's
good.
funny. Listen, if anyone has a good sense of humor about herself, it's Debbie Fox.
Yeah.
Chan and I did one at Berlin.
Oh, right.
We
Did
don't
you do the
talk
one?
about that show?
There was a group of girls that I kind of started drag with, and one of them, her name was Specificity Jones. Everyone in Chicago hated saying her name.
And hated the way she behaved.
But we did a roast. Did you do that one?
No,
I can't
this was
remember.
before I got brought into that group. I didn't
So
know
there
her
was
that
a roast
well.
that started at a club, but of course it started late, and then they kicked us out after a while. So we had to walk back to her apartment and finish the roast there. And I did, that was my first roast, but I didn't really understand you were supposed to come with jokes prepared. So I just kind of like quickly wrote them down on my phone.
You improv'd a roast?
I wrote some stuff down while the other people were
You've been training
going.
for this your whole life.
Yeah,
for
I
you.
would like a roast, but again, I don't really want it at me. Or maybe I do. I think
That's
that'd
the whole
be funny.
point. I know that for me, part of me, I enjoy the jokes, and as I'm sitting there, I'm like, nothing is off limits. Do it all. And then
then when you
everyone
get
shoots it at
home-
me, and I'm like, great, that was great. And then when I get home, I do kind of replay
What
every
everyone
single
said.
thing. And not just what people said, but the audience reaction, like who was looking, like,
Yeah.
it's not healthy. But that was a long time ago. I think now.
Can I see that ring?
No.
What is it?
I think now.
Just let me look at it. I don't want to touch it.
I'm talking about my trauma.
But it's sparkly.
Ugh. You're a giant sparkle. Sorry.
But everyone has
You're a
seen
normal
this
size
dress.
sparkle.
Let me see the
All bodies are
goddamn. Let me see
beautiful.
your hand. God damn it. Is that
Anyway.
pretty? That's nice.
But that was a long time ago. I think I could. Honestly, that's on you. Try it. Good luck. But I think I could do it now.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can I tell y'all? Sorry. This is the last thing, and then I promise we'll talk about the episode. So last night, we were in West Hollywood. We left when it started to get really busy. As we're leaving, I turn and I see Drew Tarver and Brandon Scott Jones from the other two. Couldn't be more than 6 feet away.
Oh,
And I
definitely
was like,
not social
Alexis,
distance.
look, the other two. And you were like, what? And then I don't know what happened, but I just went. I didn't remember his name, so I ended up saying his character's name. I was like, Carrie Dubeck is right there.
You did say his character's name.
I did. And he was 6 feet away, and
And he looked at us?
He just goes, and kept moving, and I was like, we must go.
Yeah.
Our lift is here. Let's climb over
You
this
know
wall
what?
and get into our lift.
You know what?
Which you do have to do in West Hollywood. What?
Yeah. You have discovered a talent about yourself. You
Too loud.
love meeting queer icons and having them just look right past you.
Look through me. I'm really good at it. I'm really good at
Now
it.
you gotta go for it and collect them all like Pokemon
I know, I've
cards.
got a thing. Well, it doesn't help that I can't remember names. And I love a
Well,
character.
we didn't have time. This one was coming right at us.
And I was just like, oh, and the emotion I'm going through with the other two
Yeah,
right
'cause
now.
she loves the
and
other
it
two.
ending.
She
So I just was like,
really
oh, there's two of my favorite. Oh,
Yeah.
Carrie Dubeck. Anyway, we got in our car and I listened to Blackpink the way home and I felt much better.
Yeah.
Please don't point at people.
You could point at us. You could point at us.
No, I do enjoy that.
Yeah.
I do like
You
getting
could
pointed
point at us. I don't mind.
Did I ever tell you? No, let's get to All Stars. Okay, so on this episode,
There are 4 All-Stars left. And what they have to do is do this roast for Carson Kressley. Alexis Michelle won last time, so she gets to do the order. And I thought it was a good order. She put herself first, she put Jimbo last. Jimbo was doing that TV thing again, where pretending like he didn't want to be last, but obviously last is the best.
it's the best.
And we all knew Jimbo is so good at being on Drag Race.
Yeah,
The way that he was
yeah.
pretending like he didn't want to
Are
be
you okay?
last. I was hiccuping.
Okay.
Do you know when I was getting ready? I had like a cough, hiccup, burp scenario.
That's
all at
what
the
happened to me
same
earlier.
time.
It's shocking, isn't it? It's scary.
It's scary, but also
Yeah.
it's like fun.
That's how I describe the thing that's happening with orcas right now. It's
Scary.
scary,
But fun.
but it's fun.
That is true.
Oh, got your rudder.
You know what
Anyway,
I wanted more than anything?
An orca.
When I was little, I wanted the SeaWorld Barbie. She had opposable, bendable, everything, knees and arms, which I loved. And
When
she
that
had a
technology
wetsuit.
was developed.
And she had a wetsuit. I was obsessed with her. I wanted her so bad. I never got her. And now I am this.
Never will.
I also really wanted my own train set. I never got one. If they had gotten me that, maybe I would have turned it out different.
Because you had a train? Oh, because train's pride. Okay, so why don't we go through the roast?
Yeah.
We'll start, though, with Miss RuPaul. I liked all the little studs, and then there was like a little nude spot down by her hip. I
Yeah.
love all that shit.
I liked it. Yeah, I liked it.
She was giving me La Ree wig placement, though. The wig did seem to start... Sorry, I can't touch that part of my head. Back here.
Yeah.
But she's beautiful, whatever.
All foreheads are beautiful.
True.
First up was Alexis Michelle. She looked gorgeous. Did you LOL?
No.
No, except for when she said, what's the title of this book? Look Good Naked, which you don't.
Yeah.
That made me LOL. It was like a Darby laugh where I was like, ha ha! Oh! And then I got upset by it.
It is shocking. She wasn't bad. She was fine.
She was serviceable.
I just think as an audience, I can't speak for everyone, although I will. I think we're just tired of her.
Yeah. Jessica Wilde, first of all,
Wild.
looked incredible. I thought she was really funny.
So good.
I laughed out loud multiple times.
I think Jessica has tuned into her
all-star.
That doesn't make any sense. That's not a statement. I think she's tuned into her all-star.
Yeah, I think she's plugged into her all-star. She's got it hooked up. The juices are going back and forth.
Are you having a stroke?
Yeah.
She's really dialed into what works for her and what people laugh at with her. And she just kind of goes with it. I think it was really well done. Very smart. I was so impressed by Jessica Wilde.
I laughed out loud
many times. So proud of her.
I thought it was so good.
Truly so good.
Candy Muse was next, and she killed her roast last time.
Mm-hmm.
She did really well. I thought there were some funny moments here, but it didn't...
I think she would have killed this episode too. I think she just did more of Candy, which is great. We fucking love it. We love her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy for her. But yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Not a bad.
Not a bad.
One
There
in the
wasn't.
bunch.
No, everyone was good.
Yeah.
Just Alexis wasn't as good as everyone else.
Yeah.
And finally, we have Jimbo as Joan Crawford. Now,
Rivers.
Huh?
I was ready with that. Do you hear how fast? I knew you were going to fuck it up.
I didn't even know
When we did Joan Crawford, you could not remember Joan Crawford. And there was something in my brain that was like, I knew you were going to say Joan Crawford.
Well, I got one of them right finally.
I am dialed into your all-star. The juices, they're coming out.
Well, you might want to not, because you know where my all-star connector is.
That's true.
It's in my butt.
She decides to do Joan Rivers.
And there's a whole big thing about like, are you sure you've already done that? But here's the thing. She did it so well. I was kind of looking forward to seeing more of it.
I was excited for her to show it to a bigger audience because it is, I mean, listen, it's a smaller audience. Drag Race Canada is a much smaller audience than US Drag Race. I think people need to see her Joan Rivers because it's so goddamn iconic.
Yeah.
And I love that the clip they showed when she first started talking about it of her Snatch game was one of the funniest things she's ever said. Oh yeah, you miss your mother. Here, smell my fingers.
You smell my fingers.
She fingered Judy Garland is what she was saying.
Yeah. Well, who hasn't?
Wild. So good. Yeah, so I was excited. Listen, I loved this look.
I loved the look.
Dress. It was so gross. I loved it.
I thought she killed. She absolutely killed.
And they showed so much more of her set than anyone else's, and I was so thankful for that.
I also think that we need to check her whereabouts on the day that Joan died, because I fully believe Jimbo killed her, and just to do this, just to take over.
I think it was proven that the doctor did.
Well,
but
where was Jimbo?
Was she doing doctor drag?
Was she doing doctor
big
drag?
Were the doctor's tits? I want answers.
Then we had something very strange, especially going after Jimbo, which was Tom. What is it? Colicchio or Felicio? Who is it? One of the old Queer Eyes, not old, but like the original Queer Eyes, came out and did a set, and she was okay.
I guess she did Celebrity Drag Race, and so they brought back her drag persona that was created for that show that we just did not get to. I had so much on my plate at the time.
Well, I did watch it. I just love it so much. I can't bring myself to talk about it.
You're keeping it to yourself.
I can't bring myself to talk about it.
You have to protect your happiness.
Yeah.
So I protected my happiness by not watching it. Yeah, it was tough. It was unnecessary, and it was such a time suck. And I think that was really the real reason.
And it was also a little bit like...
Stop it.
Don't...
Right.
We're at the top 4, and this should be about them. Don't make them seem like openers for you. And this little bit. Also, don't go after Jimbo, you idiot. She killed, and she was terrible.
I don't think she had a choice.
Well,
you dumb idiot.
I didn't like that.
Well, it was it
fine.
sucked. I will say this though.
Will you?
When we get to the runway, she ends up sitting on the judges panel out of drag. Age looks good on her. The gray hair, the tan.
Oh yeah.
All of his teeth.
Well, speaking of the runway, roasts are hot, and this runway is all about cold. So
You've ever been
let's
so
do
cold
it.
you've been hot?
Let's do it. We're gonna start with Alexis Michelle. She's in this little velour
She is in a
suit.
Joshua Aponte original remake. Do you not remember
Joshua
this?
make it?
Yeah. Do you not?
No, I remember it now. It was red, but Joshua made this?
Yes.
Oh,
Joshua
I
has this
loved
exact
it.
look that she's done for herself.
It was
in
like a red Louis Vuitton, right?
Yeah, for like a Christmas thing.
See, this is so
she
cute.
remade it in these colors for Alexis.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, I loved it.
And then I didn't
It's one
realize
of my favorite
she was
things Josh
swinging
Schwann's
around
ever
the back of her little hat. I thought that was so cute.
Truly just changing the color and the material makes it look completely brand new. I loved it.
Yeah, because I didn't even know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Wild.
Jessica Wilde, speaking of, is
Wild, Jessica.
looking so cute in this little ski suit, but the coat is so gorgeous. It's got snowflakes and hooded fur trim. I love it. I thought it was cute. What did you think?
I did not like it. Now, I love Jessica Wilde on this season, and I loved her in the main challenge. I don't think I've been coy about not particularly loving her style on the runway. I was a little disappointed in this because truly the jumpsuit looked like it was just a jumpsuit she bought at REI. I'm using REI because I went there one day to look for a cup. I wish it was stoned. I wish there was some sort of drag oomph to it. Really, the only oomph was the coat.
It's stoned.
And even the coat
snowflakes are stoned.
on her jumpsuit?
On the coat.
No, not the coat. I'm saying like
You want something going on.
I don't
with
want
the
it to
jumpsuit,
look
yeah.
like she had just taken that from someone who just came off the slopes, right? You say, I'm done, I'm not slipping. Right?
Candy Muse in this little cold little bikini. She's so cold.
You're never going to trust me again after I just said I didn't like Jessica's, and now I'm going to say this, but fuck it. I loved this. I know. I am so cheap.
It's so Candy Muse. It's really cute.
The boots. It was the boots that did it for me. I think without the matching boots.
The flat boots.
All of they're ski boots. The fact that it's all stoned and she's the ice, right?
Jimbo looking like a Antarctica chicken feathered chicken lady.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I appreciated, I liked, okay, when they zoomed in and it was sparkly and I liked the iridescent of it but as a step back,
It looks like what is that flower that you blow in the wind and they go all out? It looks like that. What is that called?
Dandelion.
Dandelion.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jimbo wins. Congratulations. I don't think any of us are, but that means that all three of them are up for elimination. Jimbo's lip sync look is another return to a look she did
Baloney.
on Canada versus the World.
Was it Canada versus the World or was it
Or UK
Drag
versus
Race
the
Canada?
World.
I'm saying she wore this on that and not Drag Race Canada.
You know what? I don't often know everything.
Right.
It's scary. I hate it. I like watching it. I can't look away. I'm scared of it.
She comes out as baloney.
I don't like it.
I had kind of a negative reaction when I first saw it. I was like, what are you doing? But then when you sometimes you have to step back and you have to think. Okay, you have to open your mind.
Yeah, you have to stop, take stock of what's going on.
But I like it. It's two things, Joan Rivers and Baloney Monster, that she does really well and is known for. And why the fuck not? This is like your chance.
And it's the top 4 episode.
I mean,
they don't really be mean to anyone on the runway.
And your lip syncs have all been awful. So like, go ahead
and do the thing that
and do a character. You're great at characters. And I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead. The lip sync
assassin is the one and only lip sync assassin, Silky Ganache.
Nutmeg, even. She won 27 lip syncs in one episode of Drag Race, only to be defeated at the very end.
At the very end by Eureka O'Hara.
Which is iconic. I mean, it's so funny. It's mean, but funny. Yeah, so she comes in, and I'm thinking, uh-oh, Jimbo. But then the song, the lip sync song, is Freakazoid. It was for Jimbo, which is nice. She's been through it with the lip syncs. It's another
storyline. She's not made any, she's never won. Finally, she wins on her final round.
Good for her.
Going straight into the finale.
No, not actually.
What do you mean?
So she does win. She gets $10,000, and it's her turn to do lipstick. She pulled Alexis's lipstick.
Because I think, like I said, I think Alexis kind of shot herself in the foot last time.
At the beginning of the episode, they do address that, yes, they all voted for Lala to go home. But
it's really messed
Candy was like, but didn't, or somebody asked her, didn't you promise Lala that you would never forget and you wouldn't send her home? And Alexis said, well, I never said I wouldn't send her home. I just said I would never forget. And immediately, everyone is just turned off.
Yeah,
because she's so back and forth.
That's not really how you do.
She's done a little too much.
That was the last straw.
She sacrificed Lala to save Candy for some sort of weird alliance, last-minute alliance in her head, and really sacrificed herself at the same time.
Yeah.
So Alexis is gone, and I gotta say, I've enjoyed how insane she is this season, but I am so tired, and she must be too.
Yeah.
I'm really happy she's gone. I'm sorry, I need her gone. I need her to take a break.
We want to go into this final with
We're not going into a final.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because this coming week's episode is a makeover episode. It's not the finale.
But what does that mean?
I don't know. I will say this.
Are they bringing someone back?
Nope, they're just doing the makeover, just with the top 3, like a regular episode. I think the producers, once Heidi left, I really think they were like, oh, fuck it. We'll just leave this last episode to keep the audience guessing, because I'm truly confused as to what they're gonna do. I feel like all they can do is just do the episode and then go, no one goes home. You're all going to the finale, which, like, obvi. I think it was poor planning. I don't know. I think it's really fucking weird. I think it's really fucking weird. But I also, okay, 2 sides to every coin, right? Unless you get one of those one-sided coins. And then those are worth something. It's keeping me guessing. That's fun.
Yeah. If you liked this.
Yes, go for it. I want to hear you say it. Oh, that's true. Yeah. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and, of course, that notification bell.
Join us on Patreon. We're having fun, honey. Patreon.com/IMHOtheSHOW.
Or we're both on Cameo, so get a message from us to a loved one or a hated one.
Yeah, maybe like later in the week. And also we're on Cameo.com or whatever.
We made that up. IMHOtheSHOW.com and get your Cameo.
Yeah.
It's a message. And that's all you need to know.
What are you wearing? That's cute, but we could do better. Go get our merch at dragqueenmerch.com.
Yep. Okay, bye. When I was looking for this wig to put on,
it was right there.
No, it was. Sorry. I didn't have to look long. Oh. But I did have to look for like at least half a second. I picked it up and I realized, oh, I haven't worn this hair since I wore this top. So I immediately pulled out the top in the same exact hair.
You look like a slutty Yeti.
I don't know what that is.
I've been watching that show Alone. Have you ever seen it?
What is that?
It's where they take a bunch of people and they put them alone in the wilderness.
He won't feel alone anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's good. We should check in around those kinds of things, you know? Okay, so it is 4th of July weekend. And I must say, okay, let me knock on wood. I'm really happy that where we live, so far I've only heard a couple fireworks.
Oh, you're.
I know, but you're wooden titty. I got it. I'm cautiously hopeful that it remains somewhat quiet.
It's not.
I know.
It's going to be annoying and horrible. I think fireworks should only be in specific places. We've already talked about this.
Ocean.
Oh, Katya.
Oh my God, I completely forgot.
Katya! We got a Katya moment.
And she came in with as much care as you would expect Katya to have. She just came in like, fuck it. I don't know why I'm here. What the fuck are we doing?
Why was she there?
And Candy was like, she's supposed to be giving us like tips, but she was just kind of living her life.
I loved it.
So funny. So funny.
Yeah.
I mean, she did exactly what we love Katya for, which
she
is
was chaos.
Chaos. Exactly.
Katya chaos.
And then she ends up army crawling out of the room. But I think that's just because of Russia.
It's so funny.
Yeah, she's... I do think that there's a darkness in all of us, and I do see a little bit of darkness inside of her. It seeps out every now and then,
but not in the Jimbo way where I'm scared for others.
Yeah, Jimbo's definitely. I don't think he's killed, but I do think he's seen a body, and I do think he smiled.
I think if you met Jimbo in an alley,
he'd say, "Hi, I'm Jimbo,"
but then like clown music would start out of nowhere, and his head would get really big, and he'd bite you.
Okay, that is a nightmare.
And his head would get really big and his teeth would get really spiky and he would just go, "Arr!"
Okay, I'm not a doctor, but I have to say, that sounds crazy.
My dreams have been insane. I think there's one of those, you know those backward stars with a circle around it? I think someone put that under my bed. My dreams have been insane.
Star. Oh, a pentagram? Why is it backwards? What do you mean?
Isn't it upside down or whatever?
A pentagram?
Is that what it's called?
An upside down star? I don't think so.
Is it a pentagram?
Yeah, you do the star and then a circle.
Yeah, I think there's one under
blood.
I think there's one under my bed. My dreams have been so messed up lately.
Like what? Oh no.
A lot of like being in high school, not mine necessarily, but a high school, and trying to run from someone.
Do you ever have the dream that you're in a play and you're told the night, like the day of, that you're going on, but
and
you've
don't know
never
anything?
heard of that play?
Yes.
I have that all the time.
I've had that before. I've had you're on in drag, but you're not dressed or makeup. And I don't usually remember my dreams. So I think I live on a hellmouth.
Do you remember the very first time you saw Funny Girl?
I was just 12.
That was okay, so when Curtis joined the Chicago Gay Men's Chorus because he thought he could start to learn how to sing, and that's how we met. And the show we were doing at the time was about like movies and TV and musicals, and there was like each section, whatever. And the opening choral, gay choral music was, "Do you remember the very first time you saw Funny Girl? Or went over the rainbow with Dorothy and Toto and crew?" Anyway, it's a song from 15 years ago that Curtis and I will still sing it to each other.
I think that's lovely.
Isn't that wild?
That's lovely. I have to say, I am not homophobic.
Okay, that's a big statement for you.
But when it comes to gay men's choruses,
I know, it's tough.
I think the Supreme Court is onto something.
Well, LA and New York, I feel like they do
probably
it right.
have really good ones. The Chicago one,
they do it right. They get celebrities involved and whatever. My experience in the Chicago Gay Men's Chorus, just mine, I can only speak for me, pot of me, was not great. I was there for years, and I think it's kind of a mess. Personally, me personally, I think it's a mess.
I agree.
But I met my husband there, and I met my best friend after you, obviously. Michael would never come before you, but he did technically come before you, and he may be in my mind, but who knows what's in there.
And he will go before me.
I, honestly, my mind, I don't know.
I'm going to send him down an alley where Jimbo is.
So he can shake his hand? I think he would love that. That's really nice. I will say he posted a picture on his Instagram today, not Jimbo, Michael, and it's a bunch of drag queens and then like a friend of his, I guess, and the friend is hot. And I was like, "Michael, who is this man?" And he's like, "Oh, it's my best friend from growing up, also named Michael." And I was like, "It's meant to be. I'm moving to Milwaukee. Okay, Curtis is sick. I have to leave, you know."
Don't.
Anyway, it's fine. It's not gonna happen. But so I went to his profile and it's private. And I was like, "Michael, it's private. What is he hiding?" And then Michael sent me a screenshot of one of the pictures, and it's this guy, Michael, and his boyfriend. And they're both incredibly hot and incredibly shirtless. And I just responded, "Yeah, I don't need access to that." Like, yeah, keep it private.
Yeah, better not.
I will never speak to this person. I mean, I will after the funeral.
Can I see?
Yeah, off camera though. I don't want you to explode in front of everybody. Okay, bye.